stopped looking for inspiration and got back to just looking into myself, getting into the core.
Say that one more time.
Look into yourself for all inspiration. It's all in the core.
Yeah. How did you read that? Did you see like a fortune cookie?
No, just conversations with me and my close friends and my team. And at the end of the day, like, I started everything I ever wanted to do. I started in my head. I didn't start it because I saw somebody else do it and I wanted to try it because it looked like they might make money. No, this is always what I chose.
Sirius XM Shade 45, of course, is me, the most energetic entertainer, Manny Supreme. Another edition of Who to Watch For. On time for Don Cannon, DJ Drama, TC, Sarah V. Vaughn, DJ Iceberg, always on the ones and twos, playing that new shit that we need. Speaking of new shit, you know, R&B is in such a great place right now because we've been blessed. I have my sister in the studio with me. Korin, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Of course. First and foremost, like, your sound, your aesthetic, like, I love it. What has been, like, your new or like your new motivation with like attacking music, like rebranding that whole process?
I think my new approach is just I stopped looking for inspiration and got back to just looking into myself, getting into the core.
Say that one more time.
Look into yourself for all inspiration. It's all in the core.
Yeah. How did you read that? Did you see like a fortune cookie?
No, just conversations with me and my close friends and my team. And at the end of the day, like, I started everything I ever wanted to do. I started in my head. I didn't start it because I saw somebody else do it and I wanted to try it because it looked like they might make money. No, this is always what I chose. So art is just always something I love. Music, film, theater, like, these are all forms of expressive art that I've always like enjoyed and dived into since I was a child. So I just had to look within myself.
Fire. With, you know, having such a big social media following, and then like, I mean, when coming out of high school, because okay, now we had this little argument. If you're from Atlanta, you know, it's the east side, it's the south side, it's the north side, it's the west side. You're from the east side. What high school did you graduate from?
Tucker. I went to Tucker High.
So, wait, what year did you graduate?
2016.
2016. Okay, that was such a year. That was
tell about it. It was
fine. I was like, where all like, yeah, but that was like, but that's like, I bring it up because I feel like it was like one of those Renaissance moments where a lot of things were changing, new apps was coming about. Like, how were you able to figure it out? Like, what was that age when you was just like, okay, boom, I want to like get into this realm and like show people me?
Well, I was actually in a girl group when I was 15.
Really?
Yeah, and like that's when the whole like influencer and followers thing started. I was in this group called Endless, and they were like, they were like a break off from that. If you're from the East Side, you know that group, Char. Two of the girls had like, broke off from there and started a group and asked me to join, and I went to vocal lessons. I was in the studio, and it was my first time recording myself because I grew up around music. My uncle was also in like a male group and a male R&B group, and he was like the main writer. So he
grew up with music for okay.
Yeah, so I really got to. And my mom was a DJ. My mom used to work for Hot 107.
What?
Yeah, my mom was.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's fine.
She was E for Real's intern for like 2 years. I used to be at 107.9 like all day long. I used to be in everybody's station I don't know how it is now. Yeah. They had one floor and all the stations were on one.
And that was way before.
Like everybody was my uncle and my aunt. And they knew little KK.
So with being around that at such a young age, and like, you know, radio was very different at that time too. Like, was it like at that time, did you want to like do music, or like you saw your mom DJing, like, oh, maybe this might work, or like, you know, seeing people do radio and stuff like that?
I knew what I wanted to do since I was 6. So I asked my mom if I could model and act when I was 6. I was in theater from 8 years old, like until I was 17. And then in between that, I was in a girl group. And then in between that, I was filming, I was acting. I turned 18. I started doing those skits with like Desi and stuff. And that also started the whole social media wave. Like, everything just kind of happened like a domino effect. Like, it all happened for a reason.
Yeah.
And
like one thing.
Yeah, like although it was intentional, I didn't think it would get to this point.
Yeah.
Or even just like at the peak of like the whole followers and thing, I didn't know the power of social media for real.
Yeah.
Until I turned about 19, 20, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's already some money in this, or there's really a whole career within, like, or just trying to boost your own career, your own music. And I was just like, okay, cool. Until I'm ready to put out music and I'm done developing as an artist, I'm gonna just keep using social media as much as I can.
Which I feel like is genius. And like, one thing I applaud you on is just like, you wanted to do it because you wanted to do it. It's not because like, oh, look at Beyonce, girl, I can put off a fit like that, right? How important is that, like, genuinely having that motivation for yourself and then using that, taking that same motivation with applying it to your music?
It's so important because, like, you could be looking at another artist do something, and because they've spent so much time practicing and perfecting it, they make it look so easy. Like, even with filming my first music video, like, I done been around so many music videos. I done been in music videos. I done help creative direct. I done help models figure out what to do. I done danced in them because I started off, like, in dance for years. I seen all of it, and I was just like, when I did my first video, I'm like, damn, this shit a little bit harder than I thought. Like, all right, shake back, we got this. Yeah. Like, I ain't supposed to look like Beyonce right now. I'm supposed to look like me right now. Yeah. So I think what kind of made me really settle in was like, okay, what do I want to look like? Like, I can't look like that or them or this singer, or I can pull as much Pinterest inspo as I want and watch as many Aaliyah concerts live as much as I
feel like you might be talking too loud for somebody watching it. But somebody like, I just did that.
I literally, no offense, I did the same thing. But I found my own way. And I was like now I'm in the process of trying to figure out how I want Korin's experience to look with music, like how I want to portray that and get someone to experience this side of me with me. That's fire. Yeah. I hope I answered your question.
No, you definitely did. And you led it perfectly into talking about this new single that you have out right now with my good homie, Tony Snow, titled My Way. So, like, just explaining your stories that, like, played a role in that title and, like, just, the whole rebranding process and you putting out this music and explain why you, like, honestly chose that song. I mean, not that song, but that title for that song.
Oh, I chose My Way because literally that's my life. It's my way or the highway. I don't really see it any other way. Like, I take things into consideration, but at the end of the day, like, it's my way. Like, what I say just goes. And any man that deals with me knows it's just Korin's world. So, I mean, they go for it. So I'll just keep going. But yeah, I love this song. I've held this song for a long time, so I was really happy to get Tony on it. I was really happy when he said yes. I was really happy when he told me he actually liked it. Because, a lot of rappers, they just be like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll do it. Nah, he actually genuinely likes the song, genuinely fucks with the song. So
how did y'all, like, first link up?
So I had heard of him a couple of times, but my manager, Kyle, actually, like,
shout out to Kyle,
sat me down and showed me the music. And then another one of my friends was like, nah, like, you need to put Tony on this song too. Like, I agree. And I'm like, okay, let's just try it. Let's just do it. I'll listen for once. Because originally I was like, I want to be on it by myself. But I'm like listening back to it like, nah, I need a dude on it. So when I heard him do it, and then by like the fourth time, I knew by the fourth listen, I knew every word. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I really like this. Like, I think it portrays just that real nostalgic callback to the 90s. That was my biggest goal. That's why I love this beat. Big Blix did the beat, and he's amazing. He's great with samples, and yeah, I just don't feel like I sound like anybody, so I love it.
Yeah. Was it challenging at first with, like, finding your sound? I mean, obviously, right? But, like, what did you do to, like, really hone in to, like, be, okay, this is me?
I worked with people who I was actually friends with and that knew me, instead of just allowing my team or previous people I worked with before I met my manager, Kyle. I've known Kyle since, like,
way
school though. But before we started working together, people I was working with just throw me in the studio with anybody. And I'm like, I'm not making what I want to make because I'm not comfortable. And they don't know me. So they're sitting there trying to throw ideas or be like, who do you want to sound like? And I'm like, you just bought a one-way ticket to never see me again. You just asked me what I want to sound like. Hell, nobody, fool. Me. Let's create something fresh, something new. So I just started working with my friends and showing them my music taste, and just even, like, helping them write or producing stuff from scratch with them. Like, that really allowed me to sit down and really figure out what I wanted to do. And yeah, just using consistent producers and consistent writing. Like I was working with this guy named Major Mija. He's an amazing writer. He lives in LA. He taught me everything I knew about writing. He taught me how to really put a song together. And then from there, it just went off. And then recently I met my producer that's one of the main producers on my project that I'm about to put out. He's from Australia. That's crazy because we met. He just DM'd me because I was working with a couple of friends he already knew. And I'm like, I wrote one song. I didn't have a beat to it. I just made a loop. And I was like, if you could produce a song to this, that's going to tell me everything I need to know. He came back with the craziest beat. He sang it for me. Didn't even know he had a crazy voice like this. And I said, that's the one. That's my guy.
Yeah, gotta lock in.
And then when I met Dos Diaz, like,
shout out to Dos.
Dos has taught me more than he even knows. And that definitely put me on the right path of me figuring out my sound, because Dos just got the sauce, though. Dos just know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of brought new sounds to my ears, and as far as me learning new terms and what I actually want to. So when I am in the studio with people that, you know, I don't know like that, or that isn't my friend, now I know how to work with them and I know how to communicate what I'm looking for.
That's fire. It sounds like you're really developing your artistry and like you're finding like what works for you.
Yeah.
And messed up. Do you feel like that's sometimes difficult as well?
Yeah, I feel like that's the most difficult thing in the world. It's like, what can I say?
It's like trying to get it right every time.
Yeah, and you're not going to.
Yeah.
But it could just look like it. Yeah. But I really love the whole process of developing. I feel like I've been in artist development since I was 15. Like, I didn't like everything I did at first. Now I love everything.
Well, this new song with Tony Snow, I'm super excited about it. You're performing it tomorrow at Slangfest. Shout out to the Code Switch Agency, J Pride, JB. Are you excited? Now, this isn't your first show. I saw that you performed for A3C.
Yeah.
How was that? Got the live band with you.
Yeah.
Saw my guy Tug. I saw it was lit.
I posted a picture of something who was like, Tug,
he's talented, man. If you don't know, my boy Tug, he works with Kirk Franklin. He's like the Black Prince.
He's amazing. He's amazing. Yeah. But A3C was fun. A3C was my first time. I've always went to A3C as like because I used to do like hosting and stuff. Like, I actually started off in hosting. I used to have a radio show when I was in high school. Usually I used to work for this magazine with my homegirl, and A3C I'd usually go like interview people. And this time was my first time performing, and the crowd was great. They were receptive. I love a crowd that actually likes R&B and embraces new artists, so I didn't feel uncomfortable. I just had fun, and I got to experience something new. So now that I did that, I'm extremely excited for Slangfest because it's my first festival. And there's so many great artists on there, a lot of young rappers, and I can't wait to see the panels and stuff like that. So I'm just happy to be on stage with so many great people from Atlanta.
It's going to be lit. I'm excited. My dog Tony's headlining him and TK. So it's going to be lit. It's going to be a vibe out there. I'm going to make sure I'm there so I can see your performance. Well, I'm super excited that you had a chance to come. Shout out to that boy Kyle and making sure everything happens. Come on, man. Familiar with the plan. Another edition of Who to Watch For. Make sure you guys are always listening to us, yes, each and every Friday on Shade 45 from 8 to 10 p.m.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hi, guys. I'm Korin, and this is Who to Watch For with Manny Supreme.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hi, guys. I'm Korin, and this is Who to Watch For with Manny Supreme.